Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to NOS Startup World. And for today, this afternoon, we are talking about 5G, and this will be the pitching session for these amazing startups. First of all, welcome, a warm welcome to the startups that applied and went through all this process, and a warm welcome also to the jury with Inês, João, and Tomás. You will get to know them in a few minutes. But now, and I'll go straight to the point, I would like to welcome Chris, live from Barcelona, and welcome Neutrun, who propose they are democratizing the access to private networks. So, Chris, the stage is yours, and welcome.
Thank you so much, João. Well, my name is Chris. I'm CEO and co-founder at Neutrun, and we're making next generation private wireless simple. So this is what we imagine when we talk about the factory of the future, right? We see all these, use cases colliding, simultaneously inside the factory floor. So it's not only about the robots, but also about AR, VR, real-time analytics, smart sensors everywhere, even drones, right? Connectivity will be more important than ever. And what is now becoming very clear is that private 5G networks will become the standard for factory connectivity and critical connectivity inside factories. Okay, and this is because of these reasons. So it's performance, data privacy, reliability, cybersecurity. We are at the beginning of a revolution. It's really a massive market opportunity. Is the decentralization of the telco market. We will have millions of private networks interconnected between themselves. So it's a market that it's growing extremely fast, and which will reach billions, right, in 2025. What are the pains? Many pains. So look at this guy, this IT team member inside the factory, right? Leading with the complexity of deploying 5G. This is not Wi-Fi, right? This is much more complex, especially if you're handling multiple vendors, if you need to integrate different use cases, applications. So leading with all of that complexity, that we're solving with Neutrun, which we call an all-in-one platform for private 5G. So if you are a company that wants to start selling private 5G to enterprises, then you'll have to deal with multiple integrations for all the parts and pieces. What we do is we offer just one integration to access all the features that you need to have in place, plus access to multiple vendors that just work between themselves. And this is how it looks like. So we are making private 5G as easy as Wi-Fi. That's what we want. We can make deployments extremely simple in just one day and not a few days. We lower the cost because we can handle innovative vendors across the full 5G value chain. We offer SaaS pricing, and we have pretty advanced stuff to offer as well. We can orchestrate edge applications. We can do end-to-end slicing, which is our proprietary approach, and we can combine even Wi-Fi 6 and 5G from the same platform. We have been growing. We launched in the second half of 2020. We went through 2 funding rounds, already 400K in committed sales. 100K in committed IRR with top customers like Fujitsu, Ferrovial, Vantage Towers, Enel, Opticoms in Germany, Spain, and the UK. In terms of our approach to the market, we plan to have similar features at a lower price, but with unparalleled flexibility. That's where we want to play. If you look, the Nokia and Ericsson of this world, obviously those are, the Ferraris, the top products, but very inflexible. And what we offer, it's more open, it's more flexible, right? We are growing day by day our ecosystem of hardware and software vendors with top also vendors in the industry. So across all the value chain of 5G. And what we offer is the single layer to make it easy for our customers to deploy and enjoy their 5G networks. We have a team that it's complementary with people coming from software, from telco, from R&D, and we have advisors that are coming from the largest telcos in Spain and also large system integrators. We are close to Mobile World Congress. We will be there with a lot of surprises. We're currently raising of 2.5 million pre-Series A round by end of Q2. We have already raised around 1 million in public funds between 22 and 23. That's already confirmed. And we are planning to expand to the US, reach 20 networks by end of this year under management, and in the long run, reach more than 1,000 networks under management. So this is also just only the beginning. We see private networks as an entry point to the industry, but we see more opportunities for Neutron in fixed wireless access, for rural connectivity, connected highways, and terrestrial last mile networks for LEO satellites. So thank you very much for being here today.
Hi, Chris. Thank you very much for the presentation. Just going ahead with the question. So regarding the competition, you provide some overview, but can you get into more details? So how does your solution compare, for example, with cloud offerings from Azure Private MEC or AWS Private 5G recently announced? And also, if I can, why the approach for a proprietary on the slicing part and not following 3GPP standards?
Yeah, absolutely. So the main difference with the offering from Amazon, the offering from Azure is basically our flexibility, right? We can deploy on every cloud. We can deploy on-prem, on COTS hardware, and this is something they will not be able to do. And we are, we don't have, we can be much more open in terms of the vendors that we work with. We don't have any pre-existing relationships. In terms of the pricing approach, but the main difference is that we have a more physical approach to slicing, whereas we can select the radio interfaces. We automatically deploy VLANs, and then we also we can isolate compute resources on the edge, and we can deploy and orchestrate applications so that you have this idea of a physical pipe where you deploy an application, and you can provide this deterministic performance.
Thank you very much.
Chris, thank you so much for the presentation. Really compelling information. So thanks as well for joining us from Barcelona. Very quick question around your expansion model. I mean, I understood that you're already present in multiple markets, but just out of reference and for us to understand in concrete, could you share a specific industry case? And I know that you've shared a slide with specific verticals, but just for us to understand what would be a very compelling use case from your solution that you could share just for us to better understand the implementation and deployment in the field.
Yeah, I mean, one example, it's one network that we're deploying in London. We're working with Cellnex there as the integration partner, or I call it the MPNO, so it's mobile private network operator. It's, let's say, a new category, and we basically, I mean, they will basically be able to deploy all their different components of the network by using our platform and then manage it through the platform. And it's really a multi-tenant platform. So if you are a system integrator, private network operator, you can manage multiple networks from multiple customers with multiple slices and multiple applications. So this is really the sort of complexity that we're trying to solve, which is what is coming, right? We're moving from POCs to full-scale deployments, right? And tools like this are needed. This is what we perceive from the market.
Super. Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Hi, Chris. Thank you very much for your presentation, and congratulations for where you stand. And that's actually my question is related to that. So where do you stand, and how big is your team at this point? Because you don't feel like a small startup that it's beginning. You feel like, okay, you already have traction and clients, and so.
We are. I believe in that moment where we need more people to grow faster, because we are dealing with a lot of projects right now, and that's why we are raising a next round. We are at the moment we're 12 people, considering interns, 2 or 3 interns, and plus we're outsourcing part of the development just to move faster to R&D labs, to other software engineering companies. So trying to handle with the amount of projects that we have right now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Chris, for the amazing presentation. We are really excited about it. Now I would like to welcome Nadav. Now we move from Barcelona to Israel, then back to Portugal. Well, Nadav is telling us how to connect anything, anytime, everywhere. So let's hear about Gorilla Link. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Very nice to meet you here from Israel. My name is Nadav. I'm CEO of Gorilla Link. So take a look at this beautiful landscape, right? This is like the backstage of humankind, but actually this is where everything is happening. Like this is where we grow our food, where the oil and gas came from, and water treatment, whatever you can think of. Add to this that every day 1 million new IoT devices are added to the market. Those devices, those IoT devices, actually help us produce more energy, more food, and more water, which are the building blocks of life. But did you know that 80% of the land of the Earth is offline, right? So actually, you are not able to connect those IoT devices to the internet in many, many locations on Earth. For our customers, which are the IoT manufacturers, it's basically saying that they cannot put their IoT devices in these territories because it's not connected. They cannot produce that data. So there must be a solution in order to make their businesses make more money, right? So today, if they want to connect their IoT devices in these remote locations, they can use drones, they can use tailor-made satellite communication solution, or even they send people to take the data out of the devices. So if you have an IoT device in a remote location, you can send someone to take this data and analyze it offline. But all of these solutions are expensive and inefficient. This is why we created Gorilla Link. My name is Nadav, and my brother Ron, which is the CTO, we come from vast knowledge in communication, terrestrial communication and satellite communication. And we created a solution that can connect any IoT devices to the internet using satellite communication in a smart, seamless, cost-effective way. So you don't need to use the traditional satellite communication solution, but you can harvest the new space technology, which is much more cost-effective and in order to communicate. So today we are already working with 6 satellite networks, and we are adding networks almost every month. We are backed by the Israeli Space Agency and the Israeli Innovation Authority. And our solution basically saying we can connect by software any edge device or IoT device to the internet to transmit the data to any satellite network. We're looking at a huge market of 4.5 billion critical IoT devices. When we say critical, we say those devices need to be connected. Even if there is no connectivity, they need to find a way how to connect to still be able to transmit data. Add to this that the satellites industry is booming. It's increasing by 300%. You see almost every day new constellation that going to change the way we connect. If we just take a look at the precision agriculture industry, we're looking at a $16 billion market that is, which is a new market basically. So we are Gorilla Link. We connect any IoT device to any satellite network in a very efficient way. So now there will be no blind spots on Earth, and anyone can harvest satellite communication to their needs. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Nadav. Can I start maybe by saying that this is, well, I'm an ignorant in satellite-wise, so let me just say that it's very interesting to see this solution, and congratulations for that. I didn't know this was even a possibility as it is, so it's incredible. But a question came to my mind, which is in terms of law and in terms of political interaction, I believe this could be one of your biggest challenges ahead. Does it make sense?
So
and how would you solve it? Sorry.
Yes. What we're doing is allowing the IoT manufacturer to connect to any satellite network, meaning, let's say in a certain country, in China, for example, you have a Chinese satellite network, okay? So it has the regulation there. So when you use Gorilla Link with for the IoT, which is going to be placed in China, it will use the Chinese satellite network. But when you're going to Australia, you switch for a different network because it's easier in Australia to use a network that works better in Australia or in South America. So you use the same software, the same solution, but only switching the satellite module the same way you switch a SIM card, but it's not really. It's more complicated, but you can think of it as a way where you switch a SIM card. And we want to make it as easy as switching SIM card. This is our solution, basically.
Super. Nadav, if I can jump in and ask you a concrete question. So first of all, obviously, thank you for your time and obviously for joining us from Israel. Just regarding really your business model, could you share with us just a little bit, how are you leveraging your sales development strategy? So how are you growing, into other markets? How is it going in that angle?
So we are a SaaS solution. So basically, our customer installs our edge software. There is two modules: the edge software, which is installed in the actual IoT device, and then you have a cloud, which basically analyzes the data. So it's like 2 points of software. So it's very easy to scale because it's just installing the software on your IoT device. So it's basically the scale is according to the way the IoT manufacturer embrace our technology, basically. So installing it on the edge device and then connecting it to the cloud, and you can scale. The thing is, the scale is really connected to the way the satellite networks are scaling. So we need to have as many satellite networks as we can in order to provide a bigger opportunity for our customers. So I think this is where the scale is very interesting. For example, Elon Musk and Starlink, which is the most known network.
Super, thanks a lot.
Hi Nadav, thank you for presentation. It was great. Just a question. So, do you think for any use case you'll have any limitation on satellites, for example, connectivity, either uplink, downlink, or latency, in regards to other connectivity options?
Sorry, say again.
Regarding the connectivity limits on satellite uplink, so either uplink throughput or downlink throughput or even latency, do you think you'll reach in that use case? Yeah.
So this is exactly what we're trying to solve. For example, if you have a satellite network that passes over your head only once a day, so our software will send the data only on the same time that the satellite is over your head, in order to not allow you to miss data. So we think this is why it's so important. And we don't want the engineer to know anything about satellite communication. Just send it and be sure that Gorilla Link will transmit the data.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nadav. We're truly building the future here, apparently. Amazing presentation. Now, I would like to move on with Rita. Welcome, Rita, with the CTU that is showing us how to monitor the city environment and its construction. So, Rita and CTU, the stage is yours. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone in this virtual room. We agree that it isn't very difficult to find the differences between these two images, right? A little bit of free time and attention, and we will quickly allow you to solve this problem. But when we talk about satellite imagery, the challenge is huge. And you might ask, but why it is important to recognize those differences? Because we all want a sustainable development of the territory, and throughout technology, rigor, and imagination, we can address the challenge. With this in mind, we created CTU, a tool to monitor city environment evolution and its constructions. A near real-time digital platform combining Earth observation models, images, virtual building information models, big data, and powerful algorithms. Have a preventive control of buildings, identify the building potential of each place, and improve the quality of life of the citizens. It's our journey to evolution. The solution that we developed is a software as a service that, throughout an annual subscription, will allow the territory manager to have access to near real-time changes, enable more assertive inspections and preventive actions. We are focused on a market involving more than 1 million entities, 1 million companies, which urgently need to innovate their operations and their activities. CTU is, since 2018, one of the 30 Portuguese companies in the incubation center of the European Space Agency. And our team is made of civil engineers, architects, and developers. We have a well-defined strategy, skills not only in construction or development, but also in management, marketing, communication, and sales. And of course, excellent business partners. My name is Rita, and I'm a civil engineer and one of the CTU's founder. The first version of the platform has already been launched, which compares daily, weekly, or monthly satellite imagery, and which identifies changes in data from the territory's geographic information system. And every time a non-compliance is detected, the territory managing authority is automatically notified, and their users can manage all the information relative with it. And we do already have some pilot users, some public entities as pilot users. So why we need 5G? City will receive satellite imagery files, public entities free available data related with building licenses, building design projects in IFC files based on BIM methodology. And we are talking about huge digital data files. So we need less latency, we need more speed, and we need mesma. This is what we have already developed, but we can do more. And for the next steps, we can share with you that we want to get our first paid users, improve the change detection algorithm, continue the platform development. We have not been invested or get any funding yet, so we're also looking for it. And very important, planting sustainability. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for your attention. This is Sitio. So let's go to Q&A.
Amazing, Rita. Thanks a lot for the presentation. Very, very interesting. I think this, this specific use case that you're trying to address is clearly, I would say, not even an emerging, but a super urgent, issue, as we see like the territory management, right, having some challenges in the moment. So very clear on the, I would put it on the medium term. Obviously, you are now launching, officially launching, right, the product, and so you're trying to get the first client. So how would you see, in the midterm, how would your product compare to the competition? So how are you able to differentiate yourself with regarding your competitors in the market?
We don't have direct competitors. We do have other companies that also use satellite imagery and the change detection technology and algorithms based on change detection to do some territory management, but not directly related with the buildings and city and the city development. And with this approach, we have been successfully received by the entities, and our approach it's simplified with their when they recognize all the advantages related with the product. We know that our first difficulty now is not the competitors. It is that we still need to develop a little bit more the product, and we need to get a better price for the satellite imagery, that the business model is more near to the needs and the capacities from the entities, and we are working on that.
Super. Thank you, Rita.
Hi, Rita. Thank you very much for your presentation and for your solution. I think it's really cool. May I ask? Okay, so you're entering a red ocean type of enterprises, and you're shaking the tank up, right? So, what would you expect to be the biggest bottlenecks and that you might have in this process, and how would you turn them over?
I think that we all recognize that the digital transformation and the 4.0 industry are coming to these entities as a need now. And when we approach municipalities, territory management authorities, most of them don't have the solution. They have money, they have the intention, but they don't have the tools. And for territory management, city development, city sustainable development, we have been successfully received by these entities. And we know that all related with space and all related with space imagery, Earth observation starts to receive a lot of attention. We like to see us as first movers with a solution already developed, and we hope that we take some advantage from that.
Rita, thank you for the presentation. It was very nice. Just a quick question, and congratulations for the call out on the 5G connectivity requirements. But just trying to understand if you have already some measured metrics or achievable end-to-end latency that you are hoping to get with 5G connectivity, and that will improve, hopefully, the user experience.
We do not have the metrics. We have the information related with the files that we need to share. All, for example, for one public entity, the IFC files, the data that they have related with one license process, and also all the information that we get from the satellite imagery files. We can already share that information, and we know that we have a performance problem if we don't have the 5G supporting us. So I think that now we need to combine this information with the 5G providers, right? And find out how we can achieve a solution for our performance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Situ. Now for the last pitch of this afternoon, we will have Dario, who will show us how to monitor and how to precisely farm. So welcome Beyond Vision, welcome Dario to this stage. We're ready for you.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Dario Pedro, CEO of Beyond Vision, and I'll present to you our technology and applications using 5G. I want you all to think about this question. What do you really know about drones, their connectivity, and ultimately their potential to society? In the next 5 minutes, I hope to broaden your horizons on this topic. To give you some context regarding Beyond Vision, our areas of expertise can be drilled down to 3. Being an OEM drone manufacturer, all our aircrafts follow NATO guidelines applied to the UAV development. We also have a cloud platform that allows us to manage, control in real-time drone fleets. Also, it is capable of executing AI processing pipelines in real time on top of the video transmitted by the drones and other functionalities that I'll explain later ahead. We also developed solutions, specific solutions in different areas such as precision farming, entertainment, security, power line inspections, and much more. One of our products is AFU, which is a C3 certified professional drone. His board can communicate via 4G, 5G, LoRa, Zigbee, Wi-Fi, and other communication channels. Also, it has an AI processing unit on board for advanced missions. It has a mechanical system and open source libraries developed by us in NOS, which allows the quick integration of multiple payloads. For example, we can integrate multispectral cameras, 360-degree cameras, cameras with 30 times zoom and thermal imaging, or a partner, for example, that purchased our drone could integrate a robotic arm, and he managed to control the drone and the robotic arm throughout our platform. A leap into the future is the hybrid fixed-wing VTOL, which is a full carbon fiber product. Envisioning long-range missions with fully electrical propulsion, it will be able to fly over 200 kilometers fully autonomously, carrying different camera payloads. All these aircrafts are linked to our BXstream cloud platform, which allows management, real-time control, and mission planning of the drones throughout the clouds. Additionally, you can process the video streams and data collected by the drones in a fully integrated platform. In this picture, you can see the planning of a mission on the platform. The waypoints generated are sent to the drone that executes the mission completely autonomously. There are multiple markets and opportunities where this technology can be applied, and I'll showcase a few of them. An example is the monitoring of seaports. For example, in this image, you can see AFO in support of a fire on board of a ship at the dangerous cargo terminal of a seaport. The drone was communicating via 5G, and the holistic view provided by the drone and the enormous speed possible in changing plans guaranteed those responsible for operations much greater security in the decisions to be made. Another use case is cargo transportation. We actually have a partner that wants to create a small transportation airline company using our drones. It will be able to transport urgent cargoes, for example, a human organ transportation or radiopharmaceuticals. An area where we have deeply explored is the precision farming. Our platform is capable of computing multispectral maps and using AI algorithms detect areas of failure. Additionally, it can compute a 3D model of the terrain where it's possible to calculate the biomass volume and estimate productivity for a given region. If you look into a longer term, Beyond Vision will be looking at advanced air mobility, which in my opinion, it seems to be the optimal solution for cities with higher traffic. Over the last 2 years, we managed to win a couple of awards, publish over 20 publications on top journals, and have 4 PhD concluded in our team. We have just begun presenting ourselves to the market in the last year, and we started to make a buzz across all media. But behind the buzz are trialed and test cutting-edge technological advancements. A key point we always value on the company was the team. We are really proud of the group we have created, and I truly claim that we have an outstanding team. We are organized in 4 technical areas: robotics, electronics, mechanics and aerospace engineering, and software development. These allow us to create solutions with drones which are optimized in all steps of the way. In 2022, we plan to attend the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. We wanted to go to CES, but due to COVID, it was just not possible. We started having some negotiations with venture capital investors to allow us to quickly scale our team, optimize production, and enter new markets. We also have already agreements with 2 big European distributors, but we are negotiating with a few others to allow us to reach even more EU countries this year. Technology-wise, we'll be launching 3 new models that I hope you start hearing about them shortly. The second version of Eiffel, the hybrid fixed-wing VT1 as a product, and a new model of this hybrid concept with a maximum takeoff weight of 25 kilograms. Thank you very much for your time, and I now will gladly answer your questions.
Hi, Dario. Thanks a lot for our presentation. It was great. Just to confirm, so you mentioned that 5G connectivity was already available as a radio on the drone, right?
Yes. So natively, Eiffel comes with a 4G chip, and on the back panel you have a SIM card entrance, but you can also have a daughter board of 5G on the drone, and that way it communicates via 5G.
Okay, I'm just thinking about the compute, so the amount of data processing you need, for example, for the scenario of the 360 8K resolution camera, it will be a huge amount of data, yeah. So you do some amount of processing in local prior to sending over the air, right? I imagine.
So regarding the 360 camera, the camera itself has a GPU on it, which compress the images, and the compressed data is then streamed by the drone. But even compressed, it is a lot of data, and for that use case, the 5G is clearly key.
Okay.
Hi, Dario. How are you?
Yes.
Good. So thank you very much for your presentation. So the thing is, I feel like I've seen a few presentations regarding drones and the potentialities of drones, and I feel like could you explain a little bit more how are you different from those solutions in the market, and why do you have this unique value proposition?
So on this sector, like the professional drone markets, there are not that much big players. Most of the big players are on the amateur markets. And on our drone, it's possible to have really specific solutions with end-to-end developments. For example, this partner that's purchased the drone for installing a robotic arm. Using our drone, he could integrate it within a week. And he done it in all levels. So mechanic-wise, our drone as an adaptable battery tray, which is really easy to add new payloads. Then we have a board that's fixed on the bottom part of the drone, where it gives different type of connectivity from the bottom part to the drone, and you could plug it there. And then the libraries that we offer make it easy, so you can rapidly integrate not only with the pilot controllers, but also with the cloud. So we could, within a week, integrate a completely different payloads, full stack pretty much.
Thank you.
Dario, last question here. Thanks, first of all, for the presentation. Really clarified and very compelling as well. Just really regarding the point on your European expansion, strategy and plan. Obviously, I would imagine you are targeting specific verticals in terms of industries. And my question was really regarding, the business plan that you have at the moment. So in terms of this expansion, are you targeting specific partners, to grow? How are you actually growing in terms of your sales development?
To be honest, we are not really targeting a specific area. We are trying to find the biggest distributors, and then themselves have specific areas, and sometimes they ask us for specific developments for their clients or their group of clients, to be honest. And that's the way we want to develop. We want to keep let's call it a base on the drone and the platform as easy as to modify as possible, so we can quickly adapt to different markets. So, but the base itself, let's call it that way, it's really solid and really easy to adapt to the different use cases.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dario. Thank you, Dario, and everyone from the startups for being here. Just one quick note: make sure you go to the platform to reply to a few questions that have been made in the meantime. So and try to connect with the people. That's the bottom line here. And I would like to thank the jury as well. And we are actually done for today in NOS Startup World, but tomorrow there's more, and the theme is going to be cybersecurity. So make sure you join us at 11 in the morning. And for today, I'd like to thank everyone that has been involved with the startups, the jury, everyone. So thank you.